Okay, so on to another series of Must Be the Music, Halftime Chat. And today I'm really blessed and honored to be speaking to Tobi Tikare, who is the lead singer and founder of the Afrobeat band Olubundi. What is amazing about the band is that, well, based on the pictures and watching their videos, he's the only person of color in a band that he's formed. But it also shows that music can transcend race and colors, and it's about understanding a language, a common language. So we're going to speak to Tobi today, find out, how he got into music, how he managed to form the band, and, in the midst of what's happening around the world now, both with COVID and Black Lives Matter and just the economy, what the plans are for the future. So I'm going to invite him in, and then we'll take it from there. So definitely look forward to hearing from Tobi today. As he connects in, we start our chat. But gonna be quite a bit to. Okay, yep, he's in, he's out, then he's in. Hey Tobi, how you doing?
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Family hour, you got the got the little ones around?
Got my little boy, yeah. He wants to get involved, yeah.
Yeah, good. So I'm really glad that you're able to come on to what is a new series, just focusing on the music, the musicians, and sort of the story behind it and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
What is intriguing, and what I introduced when I was introducing you before you joined in, was the fact that you formed an Afrobeat band, but you only go Afro descent in the band, but the fact is the music itself it can transcend cultures and race, and everyone plays as if they were part of the motherland and stuff. But before we get there, now that's where we are now. But I just wanted to see, going back to how you started in music, and and people might not know where you're from and stuff. So good to hear that.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, I started. I used to sing. I remember even at school, I used to sing. I don't know if you remember, but we used to write like the lyrics to all the songs.
Yeah, we had a book.
They used to be, they used to be like people. There'll be people like in the class that would have like lyrics to songs. And And I could sing in tune a little bit. I'm not a great singer or anything, but I liked it. I enjoyed. I remember when I was growing up, Fela Kuti was someone that lived not far from where we live.
Wow.
Yeah, so on my way to school, I'd walk by and I'd see him outside.
You actually see him, not just wow.
Yeah, because he lived in a house where, like in Nigeria, the houses are like, you've got like a compound. And it's usually like gated compound.
Yeah.
But his house, his gates were usually open.
My goodness.
Yeah, so you could see his veranda. He had a piano just in his veranda, and he used to sit outside in the morning and practice his scales.
My goodness.
In his underwear.
Underwear. I mean,
white underwear, white pants. Seriously.
Would people rush over it, or just became so normal?
No. It's just normal. It was just, I was going to school in the morning. Sparsely populated area. There's hardly anyone. I was just walking to school. I'll just see him and I'll just walk, carry on walking. Yeah. And and I remember his song. There was one particular song. Zombie.
Yeah, Zombie. Yeah,
oh man, that song. Yeah, that song was absolutely amazing. I used to love that song so much.
Yeah.
So so that, I guess that kind of, there was a little seed that was planted there, unconsciously, I mean? I had no intention of trying to, try to do what he did or anything like that. I had no, I mean, I was brought up in an environment of like going to school, university, and studying.
Yeah.
That's how most of us were brought up.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's the environment that we know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, music was for people. It was for the entertainers, weddings, and
yes. Yeah, exactly. And it's not music was not something you aspire to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're kind of born into it. Your environment like formed you, created you. You know, and that's how you sort of progressed in life. My environment was go to school, come back, have something to eat, have your siesta, and then go on the table and start doing
work. Yeah.
So it was homework as well as the work that my dad used to give us.
Wow.
He used to give us work to do, like assignments. Yeah. And they were very complicated, and I was always dreading when he would say, all right, how far is the work? I'll be like,
Okay.
So that's the environment I was brought up in, so music was not anything, So when I came to England, year 5, secondary school. And then I did GCSEs, went to university, and then, I started just writing some songs.
Oh.
Yeah, when I got to university, I started writing some songs.
Now, have you learned to play any instruments? But I'm still thinking, from Nigeria. I mean,
No, my dad I used to do some piano lessons.
Okay, that's
I
rare.
did some piano lessons, but
that's rare.
Yeah, I know.
But this is in Nigeria, or when you moved?
Yeah, this was in Nigeria. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because my dad bought he bought an organ.
Okay.
And then basically, I just used to like meander around it, just playing, some like happy birthday.
Yeah. Oh, so you weren't really into it, but it was more so okay.
Yeah. So then he got me some lessons with this Ghanaian guy. I used to go every week. Then I used to get intimidated by him because he used to like hit me with on my hand, like when I was playing the wrong note.
Wow.
And he was a big, you should imagine an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Or, I was about 11, this big guy just like sitting next to me, at the keyboard, and just like, I was panicking, so my dad was like, yeah, so I stopped doing that. So that was it. So there was no like music education beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was when I was at uni, I started writing some songs. And then I was writing some songs for this mate of mine who was also doing the same course actually, and we were writing some songs. And
you can't just write songs from nowhere. I mean, how do you write the song from nowhere? I mean, how does that?
Yeah. Okay, what I'd say was basically when I listen to music, this is all the time.
Okay.
In Nigeria, I always kind of created more than what the music was in my head, in my imagination. So if I was hearing like the drum, I would think about some like a bass line or something to just all in my imagination.
Okay. So it was really natural. All. So you wouldn't even know you didn't know what it was coming from or what to do with it?
It was just with my imagination. If I liked the music and the groove was really strong and I felt it.
Yeah.
My expression of how strong the groove was to me was that I would create mentally some more to add to it to really make it even like,
But then how did you contain that when you were in Nigeria when this was happening? What was your outlet? It was just sitting in there?
It was just there. I was just running around and dancing. I'll be dancing, listening to the music, and I'll be like just creating in my head.
Wow.
Just, running around and just like, wow, this is really good,
Did anyone around you know about it? Like your parents, could they tell that you could? Okay, so no one knew. Okay, this is just you.
No. Yeah, there was no, Nigeria's like, kids are just running around, and that's what they do. Kids do that. Yeah. That's what they do. You know.
Yeah.
They don't look closer.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't like try to observe. They just kids playing. You know, that's what kids do, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really get any. I mean, my parents were like, they want me to do anything I wanted to do, but you know, I think they are also a product of that. So
yeah, within reason, you know, not to go off and be a musician and stuff. Yeah, you be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, but you know, anything you want to do within those boundaries, but you know, not playing trumpet at a wedding kind of thing.
No, not at all, you know, at all. It's almost like a caste system.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's almost like Nigeria had an invisible caste system where, you know, this is your environment and that's what you have to forge your own life inside of those boundaries. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking about it now. I'm just thinking, wow, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I never really, you know, did anything musical beyond my imagination.
Oh.
That was it, my imagination. And then singing songs in class when we were at school. You know, I remember there was a girl called Marie. I don't know if you remember a girl called Marie. She was quite a light skin.
Okay. I'm sure I do, but yeah.
Yeah, she's a light skinned girl. She grew up in some other part of West Africa. But yeah, she used to have a lyric book, and she wrote many songs, all the songs of the time, you know.
Yeah, I remember the lyric book because most of the classes would have them from, and it was, you know, from, you know, Rhythm of the Night or whatever song it was. They'd write them all in there. Stevie Wonder stuff, and you know, we don't write them. Everyone just it was like gold. So like, wow.
Yeah. I would sing them, and I would sing, and you know, and I sung in a way that, you know, I sung in tune, and you know, it was okay. It wasn't like amazing or anything like that, but I liked it. Others liked it, so I had a sense that, you know, maybe I could do some more of this kind of thing, you know, but not beyond that, you know what I mean? And then so that was it.
But you come to the UK, you're in uni, and then you have a friend. Was he a singer-songwriter, or I mean?
He had a bit more experience than myself, just a little bit more. I mean, he played a bit of the guitar. He was very good lyrically, just wordsmith. You know, he could construct words. He could construct words inside the context of a song a lot easier than I could. He could come up with some ideas a lot quicker than I did. But he would construct a song, and I'd write a verse.
Oh.
You know, yeah. And that's how we started. And we go to the studio and we go and record it.
Wow.
You know, yeah. So we did that, and we did that for about a year, 2 years, and we were trying to get a boy band together actually.
Okay.
This was in the days of boy bands. Like R&B boy band, you know, Jodeci, and Boys to Men,
Black
Intro, Blackstreet,
Intro is not a lot, Intro, But then I'm just trying to go back a little bit now, because you've got this guy. Was he British, English, white, Nigerian?
Well, he's not. He's a Ghanaian. But he was born in the UK.
Okay.
I think he lived in Ghana when he was a kid, but he lived most of his life in the UK. Yeah.
So then, at this time, you were more into the R&B. I mean, R&B in the mid-90s was, you know, it's not like now. It was massive.
Yes.
But you were into that, and you were writing lyrics to those types of things.
Yes. Okay. And that's we wrote a couple of songs, and I was quite impressed with those songs. And then, you know, I think he went more to, he really went into his into the final year, concentrating on his studies, and so he kind of like went on separate ways. Not like it was just like fizzled out. Way that way. You know what I mean? Like before we'd probably meet once a week, then or twice a week, and then it was like once a month, then once every couple of months, and then it sort of fizzled out from that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But prior to that, we tried to get a third person involved, we even put an ad in the in papers. Got somebody down. I remember one time we got this guy down. He was like in his 30s. He was like early 30s or 30, and we were like 20.
Yeah.
we were like, no, this guy's too old.
So at this time, you guys were properly thinking about actually going big time with it. You thought the music,
not necessarily big time, but just trying to put it together.
Oh, okay.
Get a band together, get harmonies, because that was the thing.
Yeah.
In harmony, you take that part, I take this part. You take this part, and all that. Yeah. And then we got this other guy who was quite good. He was actually on some TV shows, or he did reasonably well. I can't remember his name now, but we had a few shows together. Not a few shows, maybe a few shows. I think. Yeah, we had a few shows, and it sounded good. But we weren't able to sustain it for whatever reason. And ultimately it fizzled out. So that was university. But I had a strong sense at that point that my creativity meant my imagination was like growing as well, getting stronger. Even though in that group I was not as experienced as the other guys,
Yeah.
But I had a strong sense of what it felt to me, what I imagined about music. The stuff that I made up. I had a strong sense of like, wow, I like it. I like it. Like, that kind of thing.
Were you playing anything by this time? Were you playing instruments? And were you guys just singing?
I wasn't playing. Just singing, making it up.
And you guys were playing off a backing track, or would you have a band?
Backing track, yeah. So we would make up the idea. We'll make up the bass line. Sometimes the other guy's name was Reggie. So he had a lot of like records, vinyls, and he would say, "Oh, I heard this song. We could use that bass line."
Wow.
and we can and we can slow it down. And when you slow it down, this is the feel, and this is the energy that we could create. And we do that, and we go to the studio, and we'll put a beat to it, and we'll just take up, just this new thing just like it gets born,
Wow.
And then we'll try to write to that,
Wow.
and so that was kind of what it was, It was basically using samples or making it up.
Okay.
Or either or,
And then performing live at this stage, how daunting was that? Because if you've not really had the experience growing up, now you're performing shows. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I was very nervous. I was absolutely terrified because I'm generally an introvert anyway. I'm more deep thinker, philosopher, the meaning of life.
Okay.
I enjoy my own company. I'm got any issues with just being by myself. So yeah, it was absolutely like terrifying. Like you don't even know, But so terrifying that I was almost, I was. I just, froze sometimes.
Wow, I can, the anxiety. So you finish school and stuff. Everyone goes their separate ways. Then what goes next?
So what goes next is basically, I think during the course of my university, I kind of got a strong sense of my creative, my imagination. I felt like I believed in it,
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of believe that. Yeah, that sounds good. I like it. I want to do something with that. I liked it. I liked what I was creating mentally. And a lot of times, creation was usually when I was not at home, when I was out, when I was waiting for the bus.
Okay.
And I knew I had 20 minutes for the next bus, or train, train station. Yeah, I'll just be internally creating stuff. And it could be maybe I was listening to, back in those days you had like a Walkman.
Yeah, Walkman, yeah.
I had my Walkman, I had my headphones in, and I would be like, just listening to something, and I would be like creating stuff off the top of what I was listening to. I'd just create some more harmonies, create some backing horn lines or some vocals or whatever I'd create. It could be a beat even. You know?
I mean, what were you mainly in? Was there a particular group or producers or writers that you could feed off mostly? Because there was a lot back in the 90s, but
yeah, to be honest,
to narrow it down,
yeah, I think at the time it was a lot of it was my favorite group was Jodeci.
Okay, so yeah, Devante was just on another level.
Was my favorite group.
Yeah,
that was my favorite group, and I even went to like 2 of their shows.
Okay.
One at the Wembley Arena. I can't remember where the other one was. R. Kelly was another one.
Both him and Devante were just on another level when it came to writing and production and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And then I liked Intro a lot.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Intro was pretty good. Do you remember the days of going down to HMV and just like you could listen to a whole album?
Yeah.
Without paying for it.
Yeah, without paying for it. And I mean, Intro, they didn't blow up as big, but the songs were just timeless.
Yes.
I can't remember his first name is Green. I know he's something Green.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot for Mary and Faith. He wrote a lot of stuff before he did the Intro stuff. And they were just their stuff. Only 1 or 2 albums, but they had the strong stuff.
Strong stuff. Very strong stuff. I saw them. I think twice as well.
Okay.
Something like that, Hammersmith. I saw him somewhere else. Yeah. And then there was another guy. That I really liked. I've forgotten his name now. He was very good. And his vocals were not like amazing, but they were just, his lines, the way he vocalized was just different. Remember his name now? One for the money.
Oh yeah.
For the show.
yeah. Horace Brown.
Horace Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Horace Brown. Oh, I loved him. I saw him as well. I saw him live.
Yeah, that was such that's a jam. That's a
yes. Horace Brown was really good. Yes, I loved him. Yeah. There was another guy. He was really good. Not very famous, but all his songs were very good songs. Can't remember his name. But anyway, all these guys were guys that I listened to their stuff and I'd be creating stuff off the top of whatever they were like producing, and so I was down that route, like the R&B.
Okay.
I was very inspired by that, and then university, and then after university, I did a master's, and then when I was doing my master's, I didn't really do too much music. But then when I finished my master's, I got a job in Newbury, and I was living in Reading, and then I got a guitar. And then cheap old guitar, and then I started, playing some chords, trying to play.
Teaching yourself?
Teaching myself. Yeah, but I didn't really get too far with it, to be honest. I was more interested in going out partying, really. So I didn't really get too far with it. But that was the first time I actually held a guitar, and started trying something with it, and then from there, I came back to London. When I came back to London, I kind of got into it a bit more. Now I decided that I was gonna meet up with a musician, get with a musician. We can write some songs together.
Oh, you actually then thought you wanted to be serious about this? Okay.
Yeah. So I put an ad out. Remember the Loot?
yeah, the Loot, my goodness.
Yeah. So I put that out in the Loot, and then this guy turns up.
Wait. So you're putting an ad out to say I'm looking for a musician so we can write songs and do what,
Yes.
make a career out of this, or is it just for fun?
No. Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're doing things like that, you're not thinking about career. You're just thinking about, you just want to create something. You want to create because you have that creative energy and you just want to just get it out.
Yeah, no, but because you have to understand, a lot of people who get into the industry want to get it to make a career out of it and become famous. But you're saying something really unique, that it was like you needed an outlet, and it becomes a number one song by that's not your business. You just wanted to get something out.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, of course, if it's successful, of course I want adoring fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's not really my thing. Was just I wanted to create. I just had this energy. I just needed to connect with someone else that could just help me
get it out.
To get it off the ground. So yeah, I met this guy, and it was the start. It was the spark, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the real spark, because I think when I met him, he was this French guy who's like a bit messed up, in the sense that he's no, don't get your mum. I'm busy now, okay? Please. So I met this guy. He was like French, but was born in France. He's got ancestry from Tunisia, Morocco, where else? Greece, Armenia.
Wow.
And he's mixed. He's really mixed. And you look at him, he's just a mixed person, like properly. And he's like one of these, music people. He's just, he was a teacher in France.
Wow.
Left his teaching job and put all these things in his car and drove to the UK, to London, to make a career out of music.
Wow.
He plays flamenco.
Oh,
he's got like fake nails. That's what they do. The flamenco guys, you either grow your nails, and if you're lucky, you've got strong genes. You got like your nails are strong. They can handle the stress of when the nail hits the guitar.
Wow.
Or either that, or you actually put fake nails, so you actually go into one of those shops.
Yeah, they're like wow.
and you get it done. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, and he's got perfect nails, like really. And he's playing. He practiced. He goes, you have to practice 10 hours a day.
Wow.
This is the real stuff. This is real. That type of personality. And he was absolutely amazing. I mean, my musicality compared to his was like, Sunday League football compared to a Premier League.
Wow.
Just like light and day.
Is it because he took it seriously and you had the natural gifting, but you didn't have the sort of the structure that you were comparing? Because he was very serious about his stuff, and you were like, passionate.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the stage we were in our evolution. That's where we were, and we just met at that point. I was where I was.
Yeah.
And he was where he is. Based on his own, he'd been brought up with music and been really into it, been practicing hard, he'd been really passionate about. There's a guy called Paco de la Pia. He's the best flamenco player.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's his idol. I never heard of this guy.
Yeah. But then how are you guys meeting together then? Does he then think, well, this guy, he's got ambitions, but I'm serious about. I've just left France with my car, and I've answered an ad thinking this is something serious. Did he just think? Yeah. So
okay. It's interesting. On our first meeting, we start playing. Starts playing. He knows all the Stevie Wonder songs.
Okay.
He knows all the songs. He knows all the R&B songs. So he's playing me, and we're playing and we're jamming, and I'm singing and he's playing, and we're there making harmonies because he's very good at harmonies.
Wow.
Yeah, he can hear all the harmonies. He can hear everything. He goes, ah. And he knows, and he's pitch perfect. So he knows if you're singing out of tune. Yeah, no, that's out of tune. Okay. Nah, this guy is a proper guy. And he said to me, "Wow, this is gonna be amazing. You are good, man. You're really good."
He said that to you.
Me. Yeah, he hugs me and goes, "Wow, we're gonna make it." Oh, this is really... Yeah, he was really like he was like serious. He's a serious guy.
yeah. Good.
Yeah, and he was like, "Wow, this is amazing." So we start making music. So he's got some music already that he's written. So then I write a song to the music.
So he writes the music and you write the lyrics.
Yes, and the melody.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we go and record it. And it was really, it was I think it was a nice song. I mean, vocally, I'm not great, I gotta be honest with you, but I think the song itself was really good and it was very catchy and people liked it.
Okay.
And then we did a few shows. We even had a band. He got a band together. He got people.
So this time you were doing live, not the backing track.
Yeah. Always live.
And how is that feeling then? Because you've gone from backing tracks to now you're singing live. I mean, I love acoustic music. I love live, but yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing because you just because you're improvising as well on the spot. You know, because with the backing track is set.
It's set, yeah. You can't. There's a mistake.
The form is there, and that's all you have to go with. But with this, it's like, he'll be playing something on the guitar, and I would just make something up in response to what he's just done, and we just bounce off each other in that sense. So, and that's from coming to my flat over and over again and practicing and doing all kinds of jamming. So by the time we went on stage, it was kind of an extension of that. You know what I mean? And
Did you have a name at this time? Did you guys have what would you call yourselves?
I think we just called. I can't even remember what we got a name. Yeah, we just. I think we just. Did we say Jar? Jar was his name.
Okay.
So Jar, and then we just Jar and the. Yeah, I think we just call ourselves Jar. Yeah, Jar. Yeah.
Okay.
We had a few shows. We had one show at the. I don't know if you know this joint, the Salsa Bar.
Oh yeah, I know the Salsa Bar.
Salsa Bar in Tottenham Court Road or somewhere.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a big show. That was a really, really big show.
Wow.
That was we did salsa music, Cuban music.
Yeah.
For the whole night, we were the band for the night. Yeah, and that's a place where people go and listen to salsa music.
Yeah.
People go there, know their stuff.
Yeah, but you've got the musician, but then and your vocals they appreciated the vote because the different sort of vocal style compared to say somebody from Argentina or so.
Yeah, so it's different. Yeah, exactly. So it's different, right? So we're not like your average, So we're coming from a more eclectic. Even though we're playing salsa music, but it's from an eclectic angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're playing songs that are not necessarily salsa songs in the salsa way. So that was good. It was good. The show itself, I wasn't great sometimes. I went off key sometimes. But overall, I think it was an experience that that stood me in good stead, going forward and stuff. So and we did some other shows together, but ultimately, we kind of went our separate ways in the end. Which was a shame.
How long were you guys together for?
I think together we probably were together for about 2 years, 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but one thing that he said to me that like I said to you, was a real spark. No, I think my interactions with him and my association with him would have definitely sparked me to the next level. But I think one thing he said that he said to me, "You're from Nigeria. You lived in Nigeria. You have Nigerian music inside you. You have to let it out."
Wow.
Yes. You have to find a way because it's there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That was like, that was there, and it was like a seed. You just dropped it. Boom. You know, like sometimes you drop a seed, and it goes into the water. It drops into the bottom of the water. Nobody knows it. You don't think anything of it, right? But that's there now.
Yeah.
At some point, the right environment, the right ingredients is gonna spark up. So that was, I think, key thing, because after I left TV, so when I separate ways, then I started to go and improve my voice. So I started doing some singing lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, I started doing singing lessons. I was doing that, and still doing R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, R&B. But at some point, I realized, that, it's not really. I don't know. I just felt like, I go on TV. I see a kid in America who's not got any lessons. And he just sings, and it's beautiful. I'm like, it's not my thing. You know what I mean? I had to come to that realization that it wasn't my natural thing. I was forcing it. I like it. I love it. I absolutely love R&B. I love American music, jazz, and everything else. But it just felt like it's just not my thing. There was just so many people out there that were doing much better than me. Much easily. I go out on the street in Hackney, and just people are just like singing amazing. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But then if we go back, because here you are as, creatively, you could hear some melody right towards it. Did you ever think about a career as a songwriter, just as a songwriter? But it looks as if...
I thought about that. But then I thought, but when I want to write for... I don't know if I'll have to force somebody to maybe not, but that's what I thought. I thought I'd have to force somebody to try to express it the way I write it.
Yeah, okay.
That might compromise their expression.
Yeah.
So it has to come through my vessel.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm creating has to come through this vessel.
Yeah.
I just made up my mind like that.
Well, that's interesting.
That I won't be able to write. If I was going to write, I'd have to write to some formula, which I don't want to do. I don't want to go down the route of, because I've been to many studios where they say, "Oh, this is the stuff that's kicking now. You have to write like that. This is, listen to this, listen to that. That's what they're doing." I
had Neo. He had an interview a couple of weeks ago, and he said when his first album was released, the A&R wanted him to write to what's current and wasn't what he was known for.
Yes.
He listened to it and said, "This is not me," and they shelved the album. Yeah. And he got lost his record deal, but he started writing for other people. And then he, they were singing his songs, and he got another break so he could then record his stuff. So I can relate to what you're saying, where if you had to write for somebody else, they would say, "No, you've got the lyrics, but you need to put it in this melody, and if it doesn't come natural to you, you can lose identity in that." Yes.
And I think when people say to you, "You have to do it like this and do it like that," it just kind of kills your soul. It just kills your creativity. It's just like a dagger in your heart.
Wow.
It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be talking to you. I just want to go.
It's interesting to hear this. Wow.
There's no interest. Yeah. I just want it to be exactly like how I envisage it, because I think very strongly of it, and that's how I want it out there.
Wow.
So that's how this band kind of started as well.
Okay.
So I mean, so in my mind, I decided that I'm gonna try to create myself. I'm gonna try to do it myself, my stuff myself.
Okay.
And then I I was doing the music lessons, singing lessons. I got a bit better. I recorded some stuff. They were decent.
Still R&B?
Like R&B-ish, yeah. Bit different though, because I now started to expand my music collection. So now I started listening to Latin music a lot more. Brazilian music especially.
Oh, okay.
Bossa Nova, the Bossa Nova beat, just the boom, bap, 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 bap.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
And the samba, boom, you know, those kind of grooves. It's like, whoa. But all these grooves are like, they're familiar.
Yeah,
I grew up in Nigeria, so these grooves are there. They're not quite like what you hear if you're walking down the street in Nigeria, but the elements of it are there, you know?
Yeah.
If you listen to something like a Bossa Nova, you know, you can hear you know, you can hear the Afro. Strongly in there, yeah.
Yeah, the drums and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But then there were Nigerians African slaves who moved there, so they took the music with them. So it was still
Exactly. So they kind of morphed into their own identity, but whatever they've morphed into, whatever they morphed from was still there.
Yeah.
Still in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I like that. You know, so I started listening to more of that Latin stuff, even the jazz stuff. I listened to a lot of jazz, and then I started, rather than doing the easy chords, I started doing more, you know, the chords in jazz. They do a bit more of the dominant chords, you know, and the altered chords in their music. That gives it more interest and more tension.
But were you picking up? Were you still learning how to play guitar then, or?
At some point, I just started to do some guitar lessons, and then I tell you what, yeah. So when I came back from Reading and moved back to London, I was at Selfridges, and I was walking down. I was walking in the music section, and I was like, I need to get a guitar. I just thought, I need to get that guitar. So, yeah.
And Selfridges.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I just next week I just went and got it.
Wow.
So I got an acoustic guitar, and I started trying to learn chords. I found it so hard to, because your fingers are not trained to make those shapes.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not a natural thing for your fingers to do. So you have to really force them to do that. So, you know. So I was doing that, and I learned some chords, and I was learning the easy songs like the Oasis songs, "Don't Look Back in Anger."
Okay.
And I was learning, Beatles songs, and all these songs I was learning, and so I kind of would go out to I go out to open mics and I'll go and sing them there. Wow. So I got into performing with my guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, and then within a short time I started writing songs with some basic chords that I was able to play. I was writing some good songs, and some people really liked them, and so that gave me a feedback to myself that it's good,
Okay.
So,
okay.
Then so that's how I kind of started on the guitar thing. So I started doing open mics. I did quite a lot of open mics all over London.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got on the open mic circuit. I used to recognize people that I bumped into in different open mics.
So you had your day job, and this was sort of like, you didn't want to gamble, so you have your day job, but then in the evenings and weekends you invest time in the music.
Yeah, yes. Not even during the day at work. So I'd be like during my lunch break, I'd drive my car to the park. I had
Wow.
my guitar in my boots, so I'd get my
Wow.
guitar out and I'd be eating my lunch and I'd be playing, learning some chords and stuff, you know.
Wow, well, dedication, my goodness. We're still not thinking of making it a career out of this, or just doing it for the past?
Yeah, actually, at this point now, I started getting strongly like the feeling that I want to make a career out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I started making a career. I started taking it seriously. You know, I started trying to be, you know, disciplined about it, doing it every day. You know, practicing every day, writing every day. Yeah. So I was always writing anyway. I remember when I was a student, when I was working at Tesco's, and I used to fill the shelves with frozen foods. We used to get the boxes out of the freezer. When I was filling the aisles with the shelves with the food, I'd tear a cardboard piece out, and an idea for lyrics would come to me, and I'll start writing it.
Oh my goodness!
So I've been doing that. I've been writing. So I spent I was working Tesco's for about a year, 2 years. So for those 2 years, when this was actually this was when I was at uni actually. Yeah, when I was at uni. Yeah, I used to write. So the writing thing, it started from that far back, you know. So when I was now learning to play the guitar, writing things just a lot more, you know, natural, as it were. You know, I kind of got used to it a bit more, and then at some point, you know, all my old stuff in Nigeria started coming to the surface again.
Oh.
So all the Fela Kuti stuff, Sunny Ade stuff. When I'll go to Nigerian events, wow, I just started to get you know, inspired by just listening to it, you know. Apart from the smell of the food, obviously.
Yeah. So, so at this point you're still R&B, but no, you moved towards the Latin, but then you started to then, if you're into Latin, you can start seeing, well, there's the Latin. The base of the Latin is very anchored in Nigeria, so you can then start to appreciate that. Okay.
Yes. And then I remember there used to be a group called Ayinla Omowura. Ayinla Omowura is this is old stuff. This is in the 30s, from the 20s and 30s.
Wow.
This is my dad's parents' stuff.
Wow.
And then my dad grew up with this. This was his. So there was one particular time I remember when I was a kid. I was going with my dad and his friend to another state, I think Ibadan or somewhere. And my dad's friend just bought a new car. This new car, air conditioned, smooth. And then he was playing this music, this Ayinla Omowura music. And it was like strange music to me. I was, you know, 8 or 9 or something. And the journey was about 2 hours. And throughout the journey, the music just kind of was strange, and I couldn't understand anything they were saying because it was real strong dialect.
Yeah.
But that music just got inside me, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that just slowly just seeps into your body, just without much effort. It just, you're not
necessarily
going, wow, this music is amazing.
Yeah, of course.
It's just, but over time, over the 2 hours, it just somehow goes inside you. Yeah, and that music is really, really, really strong in me, and that's one of the things, along with all the other styles of music, it's one of the things that, really forms the basis of my creativity now, you know.
So then, so through this then journey, you get to a point where you're starting to appreciate Nigerian music, and then you almost go back into time to when you were around 8 and this particular kind of moving group. Then did you then think, okay, you know, this is it, my final change. You know, I've done R&B, I've done Flamingo, I've done all this. This is it. This is where I'm gonna land.
I mean, it just felt natural to me. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to say this is what I'm going to do. I want to do this or do that. I'm not trying to pigeonhole myself into anything, but I'm just trying to be as natural as possible, you know, because, you know, I know that I've got in my mind, in my own world, I feel strongly about whatever creativity that I've got.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying to express it in a way that does justice to my sense of what good music is. So, and without forcing it, without trying to, you know, shoehorn anything, just get it, you know, be very expressive. And this, yeah, I would say that and it's been a journey, and it's still a journey, and I'm still learning, and I'm still, you know what I mean. But over time, I've just kind of got more impressed with my creativity. You know what I mean? You know, I've got, you know, I remember like I started the band. I started the band in 2014. That's when I started the band, actually. Okay. 2014. I started with. I remember calling a friend of mine. I said to my friend, "I'm trying to set up a band. I feel strongly about it. I'm trying to set up a band, and I'm looking for a bass player." No, I'm looking for a percussionist.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this guy. Paolo. He's a very good percussionist. So I call Paolo. Paolo says, yeah. I'll come down to your place. And Paolo, he's an Italian guy who plays in African ensembles, like percussion ensembles.
Wow.
Like 10-piece ensembles, like, you know, the djembe, the boom, all the different.
Wow.
All the different drum instruments, so that's what he does. He loves it. So when he heard me, I'm an African guy who's trying to set up a band, so he was like, yeah.
Okay.
But he was on that. So then he said, "But I've got a friend, Michael, who's a good friend of mine. He plays bass. He wants to come along as well." Oh yeah. So he brings Michael to my flat. So it's three of us, and we're jamming, and that's it. And that's how it started. So we started jamming, and then Michael just learning the bass. He was just learning the bass.
Oh, he was just learning it. Okay.
Yeah, but he was learning it to be a bass player professionally.
Oh, not that he played, but he wanted to.
To like play gigs and earn a living off playing bass. He's originally a drummer. Okay. Drummer by trade. That's where he's earned his living off. Yeah. And he's also played keyboard. He's actually trained as a piano player.
Wow.
So, but he wanted to be a bass player. So he comes on board, and then I'm playing my songs with my guitar, and we're jamming. And then I realized, you know what? He doesn't really know the music. He doesn't know my feeling. He doesn't know African music. He hasn't got the feel. Now, Michael's a mixed race guy. So Jamaican, half white. Okay. So he's got that Jamaican element there. He's got some African element there because he's been to Africa and he's gone to study with some guys in Africa. But doesn't have that Nigerian feel, you know, that West African feel. You know, there's a certain feel of music from places like Nigeria, Benin, Togo, and Ghana. There's a certain feel for the music.
Yeah, very natural.
The way they play the drums is different from when, like, they play the drums in Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal. They play drums in a different way to the way these guys do. So I was looking for that sort of, you know, that West African feel, and he didn't have that groove. He didn't have it. It's not there. So then I realized, whoa, if I'm gonna put a band together, I'm gonna have to create more than I'm creating. Wow. That's when I started to come up with bass lines. Yeah, I started coming up with bass lines. I started coming up with drum patterns. And then I would tell the musician, this is the feel.
Oh, so you decided to teach him other than just get somebody else in? Okay.
Yeah. So I started saying, can you play boom, pa, or whatever? Can you play boom, 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 and they'll say, oh, sorry, to say that again? Slow it down. Boom, 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 boom. And they'll get on their phone, they'll record it.
Oh, wow.
Go home, practice it. Next time, they'll be playing it. Boom, 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 boom. Is that it? Yeah. Like that. So that's how, generally, even Paolo, I used to. So basically, I became a director.
Okay.
Yeah. All the parts.
Because you would just hear it in your head, and you could.
Yes. I would have to listen to it. I bought myself a loop station. A loop station is one of these pedals that you can basically, if you play a guitar part into it, it just goes into a loop.
Okay, I've seen Ed Sheeran use that when he goes on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's what it is. Yes. And then now that you've got the guitar part there, now you can don't have to concentrate on playing the guitar part while you think about something else.
Wow.
The guitar part is already playing, so you can just allow your mind to just imagine what the bass line would sound like over that. You know? So that's how I bought myself a loop station, a loop pedal, and then I started creating more. And then I then became the one who was directing all the parts.
Wow.
Every single part. Yeah.
And you never felt intimidated because these were really good musicians that you're new to guitar, but
not really because I was very strong about it.
Okay.
I had a strong sense of it. You know what I mean? Remember back to the start, I always felt like I had in my head, I was impressed by the sound of of the imagination that I was coming up with. So that same thing was what I use now. And I'm very lucky that the guys, they pay attention and they listen. And if they have to slow it down and record it and then take it away and practice it, I'm patient as well. So I'm not like, oh, you gotta do it, or I'm not like I'm a kind of easygoing person as well. So I like to think that anyway.
Yeah.
And so I'm not too forceful or anything like that. I'm like easy. It'll take it'll naturally come out, and that's why.
So with the band formed, what's the? I know you've been playing gigs, and I've seen some of the videos on YouTube. But has there been a bigger vision about multiple albums and bigger tours, or what's the after COVID and stuff?
Yeah. The vision now is we're about to record a couple of songs now. Unfortunately, because of the COVID stuff, we were scheduled to record it in June.
Oh, okay.
Was it May? I think it was May. Yeah. So we'd set, and these songs were like, because we started in 2014, and we recorded some stuff, and the stuff we recorded, they're okay, they're all right, even vocally, I'm not fantastic either, but it's like in the last couple of years, because of just doing it and going through it and just keep, just being persistent with it, I'm playing gigs, doing a lot of gigs. You've got feedback. I've got kind of sense of like, the kind of stuff that to kind of change the kind of stuff that I'm writing now, basically, And now we've got a couple of songs that we've just written, and we want to record it. And unfortunately, because of COVID, we're not able to do that right now. But hopefully, in the next few months, if things calm down. So with those, we want to get on the festival scene, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's because when you play gigs in different places in London, they're not opening you up.
Yeah.
You're just playing gigs to that venue, 200 people there, and that's it, whatever. And they can go on your website and they listen to music, but that's it, But if you play in a festival, you're basically playing to people that from other parts of the UK, from different parts of everywhere, and you're playing to you're playing to music people.
Yeah.
People that are gonna book you, call you for gigs, agencies. You're playing to a bigger audience. So yeah, so that's what we're trying to just get onto that festival scene, and just build it from there. I think we're kind of taking it. We're using the there's another band called London Afrobeat Collective. I don't know if you've heard about it.
No.
Yeah, so they've been like going for like since like 20 years, I think 15, 20 years.
Wow.
Now. They're like 10-piece band.
Wow.
And they've been slugging it out. And they're now playing because they've gone through the music. They've gone through the music festival scene.
Yeah.
They're now getting out there now. They're playing to like 3,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're really like, blowing up now, So we're kind of like taking a similar route to what they're doing,
Well, those things have changed though, because I think the Fela show has been big in New York. The one that Jay-Z's helped produce and stuff.
Yeah.
So Femi's moving. So people. So Fela's made quite a name. So Afrobeat then also with the newer Afrobeat stuff that we have going on. So there seems to be a different, more there's more of a market for it. But finally, with this Black Lives Matter movement, there seems to be a sense of, okay, we need to change our lineups, we need to change who we're bringing in to show diversity, and there's no better diverse band than yours. So it almost seems like, the fact that you've put in all the work and you've got a band together, it almost seems that this is, next year would probably be a really fruitful year if you just...
The funny thing is with my band is I didn't like intentionally try to put it together in that way. No, I not intentionally. As a matter of fact, if I was really sort of, if everything was like, if everything was perfect in a perfect world,
it
would most likely be just an all black band. Yeah, all black band from
West Africa.
West African, yeah. Because all I need to do is so basically, the reason why is because my level of direction would be, if I just tell them, they would run with that.
Yeah.
Because they would have to feel for it.
And
they will embellish it. They will internalize it, and they would bring out their, because they're a bass player, they would play the bass of that groove that I've just given them.
I mean, you watch Fela.
If I gave it to someone from Poland, the guy in my band is a Polish guy.
Okay.
Nice, very, very good bass player, who loves Fela Kuti, by the way, and his parents do. His parents went to his shows.
Wow. I mean, that's wow.
I need to give him all the nuances of that groove.
Yeah, it's quite a hard one.
I'll need to give him all the nuances, and he'll have to practice it, and then he'll get it. He will get it. But that's, what I mean? And then he'll play it. And he'll play it really well. Now, so if you go for someone who's Polish, very good bass player, not from that culture, therefore hasn't got the internal reserves to draw from, to be able to embellish and play and express the music in his own way, what I gave him, or somebody who would just naturally, I'll give him something and he would just, I got it, and he would just, do his own thing. I'd go for but the reason why it's kind of turned out the way it's turned out is partly because it's very hard to find African musicians in the UK, in London, that are going to be willing to do that.
well, disciplined, professional. I mean, So,
you use the word discipline there.
Disciplined and professional.
That is very. I didn't want to. I was a bit like.
This
is what he just came out with it.
But I think. And knowing, because I remember I tried to put something together back in 2006, and I got a band, and most of them were from Ghana, and they couldn't. most people say they sound very African. You know, when they were playing R&B stuff, they could do it. And so it was a hard thing. I was trying to get more of an R&B stuff, but they were very African with their stuff. But it was like, yeah, okay, how much are you going to pay tomorrow? They say it was, oh, I'm going to do an overtime today. And so you couldn't, they weren't reliable. Yes, and like I said, if you depend on this, you're not
gonna get very far.
Yeah, and you want people who love music, and even if they don't get paid for it, that I'm just enjoying playing the music, and then
you get why Olubundi looks the way it does. You get it very much.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yeah,
I'm working. I'm a working man. So if I'm doing music after work, it's got to be enjoyable. You haven't got time to manage. You're doing all the creativity and stuff, but you haven't got time to manage. So you want things to work like clockwork.
Yeah.
Say 7 o'clock, I'm gonna start. Boom. 7 o'clock, everyone's there. Boom, boom. Yeah. We crack on for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever, and boom, everyone's gone.
Yeah.
But it's been fruitful, it's been productive, and we move on to the next stage.
Yeah.
But if you're dealing with where's the place? I remember there was this guy, man. He was so good. He was a very good musician. He just come from Nigeria. Apparently he won the. He told me he won the equivalent X Factor.
Okay. I know they have Nigerians got title. Okay.
For drums, so he won it.
Wow.
So he was a very good drummer. He answered the ad. He came down. We were looking for like drummers. So we were rehearsing auditioning for drummers. First one came, Australian guy. He's into Fela Kuti.
Okay.
Fela Kuti. Can play the boom 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 boom, and that's what he can do. He knows that groove, and he wasn't that good, but he was very enthusiastic.
Okay.
And we saw another guy, not great. We saw this third guy. No, then the Nigerian guy was meant to turn up. He was supposed to be the third auditionee, and then he texted me saying, he got caught up somewhere, that he's on his way. Anyway, I go, cool, all right, don't worry, just we'll all be here, we're waiting for you. And we saw this other guy, this English guy, very good, professional. He loves the music. He wants to be in a band. And I'm like, wow, this guy's good, man. Wow, this guy's good. And then I said, I'll be in touch. He didn't like that.
Oh.
The English guys, like he's good. He knows he's good. So am I in or what? So I said, me saying I'll be in touch is a bit like.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So we were like, ooh, okay. Anyway, and then the Nigerian guy turns up, and he starts playing. Everyone's like, this guy is so good. He's so good. And he's hearing my music and going, wow, yeah, I love your music. Wow. Like, God, look. Yeah. There was that thing there going, So everyone was like, yep, him. So next rehearsal, he goes, okay, you're gonna pay for my transport.
Yeah, I told you that.
And then another thing was, he was like, I don't know where it is, but you were here last week. I had to say, get off at this bus stop and do this, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want to deal with this. No. So
yeah.
I just let. So, and the band is the way the band is, because I just want it to work. I want it to just be smooth. I want everyone to be happy.
Yeah.
Everyone else, some of them are also working. Some of them are full-time musicians.
Yeah.
So if they're full-time musicians and they're coming, spending some of their time to come here,
there's
got to be something that works.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that it for them it works and they enjoy it, so they want to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For those that are working, rather than go on to their family, they come out here to come and practice and play, it's got to be something that's worth their time and something that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, yeah. And I think, we've just gone about over an hour and stuff, but as we wrap up, I think one of the things that I would hope, when you guys are ready to relaunch and stuff, is that you publicize mainly where everyone's from, because I think having an Afrobeat band, but with people who are from everywhere on the world, not just West Africa, I think it's a very, very powerful sense of music is universal, and you might not understand what they're saying, but you could just flow with it. And I think to me that's what the power of music is. Sometimes I'm listening to stuff, whether it's Yoruba, whether it's Igbo, if it's Portuguese, but the famous Brazilian stuff, I don't know what they're saying, all or something like that. I don't know what they're saying, but it's just
you feel it.
If you feel what it is, and you can just relax, and that's the power of the music. So my hope is that you've showcased your band as the diversity it is. Let's know where everyone's from. Let's understand everyone's journey, and then and almost let them say what they like about the fact that they're learning Afrobeat and stuff. That's a very, very good point, which I will definitely take on board, 100%. Yeah, I try to do that, in shows. I try to do that in shows. I try to introduce the guys in shows. But just you get a phone out. Okay, Pablo.
But even more.
Let him record himself. I'm Pablo. I'm from here. This is what I do and stuff, and that's fine. He plays a little stuff. That's it. You record it. You place it on the website, so we can click onto Pablo and understand. And people then can say, "Oh, he's from my country," and he's not Nigerian. But he can still flow into that. And I think in a time where we are now, I think this is the stuff that long term. I think this is the stuff that will really move you guys on to another level.
I think I'll definitely take that on board, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I am kind of doing that, but I could do even more of that. Yeah. It's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Let them hear. But I'd really appreciate the fact that you took time out. You've got the family and stuff to spend time with this and stuff. It's really
no worries.
It's been a fascinating history, just learning about your journey and stuff. But I think what strikes me the most is the fact that all of us who are parents have kids and think, there's a seed of stuff within them that we may not see it now, but we just need to nurture and encourage and stuff and support them, because if it's in, it needs to come out, and if we try and restrict it, it will just come out in a very different way. So the importance of that. But hopefully when you guys as I said, record your stuff and you're about to go back out and promote and stuff, you give us another chance to talk and just hear about what's going on and how we can catch up with you and stuff.
For real, yeah. definitely. I'll let you know about. I'll let you know when we're about to kick off again. It's been 4 months of idleness. I mean, I've still been writing. I've actually picked up this saxophone now. So trying to learn saxophone.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm in lockdown. I'm working from home. I'm not doing anything, so.
Yeah, but what you guys need to be doing is putting what you guys are doing on your social media account, because your Instagram has three posts. There's no social media kind of expertise we have in the group at the moment, but that's an area that we're pretty weak on actually at the moment, but we need to strengthen that side. Just get
and there's a lot of content as well. It's just a case of getting it out there.
You do need to get at least people know what's going on, and just so that, because when people are going to book you, they want to know what's happening. They need to see the personality, and so getting your guys to record stuff, just talking little vlogs about what's happening today, how they're managing and stuff. It's the kind of stuff that just makes it look, even though together you guys are keeping it going, but it gives everyone else a sense of, okay, can't wait for this to happen, can't wait for them to get back and stuff. So
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but definitely I appreciate everything. I know you got 2 more weeks for Arsenal to FA Cup final, maybe against Chelsea or maybe against United, who knows, but Yeah, it's but definitely thanks, Toby, for the time. You know,
Yeah,
it's really been
no
fun
worries,
getting and stuff.
no
And
worries, no worries, no
and
worries.
we could always hit offline when it comes to just ideas about what you guys can be doing just to keep yourself fresh and active and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, thanks, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. Take care then.
yeah. All right, nice one.
All right.